I'm going to share two truths that will probably sound like a contradiction. But the first one is that childhood emotional neglect is a huge topic in therapy. It does come up for a lot of people, and many people in adulthood are actually pretty astounded when they start to realize how much their childhood emotional neglect is actually shaping them as an adult. They're realizing that so many of their patterns, how they show up in relationships, and how they think and feel about themselves is really affected by the childhood emotional neglect that they experienced. The second truth is that therapy is not about blaming parents. And I think this is a very common misconception that people have. And yes, of course, this is a case-by-case basis. So sometimes we do uncover complex situations with abusive or narcissistic parents. But for the most part, we do understand that parents are truly doing their absolute best, especially with the resources, with the level of knowing, and the capacity that they have available to them. Even the most well-intentioned parents can still emotionally neglect their children. Parents have their hands very full, and the emotional needs of the kids can easily go under the radar. This is a part of being human. This is a reality of life. So while therapy is not about blaming parents, it is still about validating what your childhood experience was like, right? It doesn't change the fact that a lot of grown adults are still going around with significant wounding and unprocessed emotion from their childhood emotional neglect. Parent-child dynamics can be complex. They can be a very sensitive issue. For many people, they feel protective of their parents and they don't want to acknowledge or validate that they struggled as a child because they feel like they are in some way betraying their parent. So this is a really sensitive topic that we do address in therapy. And I'm always very clear that when we validate what you felt and what you went through as a child, that does not necessarily equate to we totally blame mom and dad for it.